Did I change my hair again? Yes. Don't worry about it. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name's Allie. If you're new here, hello. If you're returning, welcome back. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Mud also says hi. So, it is almost spooky time. It is spooky season. It is the fall season. So I figured I would give you guys some spooky Halloween / fall season book recommendations. So I have a little bit of everything. I have some that are just romancy Halloween vibes. I have just some thrillers that fit kind of the scary mood. And then I have books that just make me... Atlas is attacking my tripod. And Mud's attacking a plastic bag. Little man again. But then I also just have books that just give me fall vibes. So first up, one of my all-time favorite books, I have Verity by Colleen Hoover. This is one of Colleen Hoover's few thrillers that she's done, and it's one of my favorite Colleen Hoover books. This is the first Colleen Hoover book I ever read, and I adore it. This is a book I would kill to read again. I felt so many things reading this. I was actually scared and trying to figure things out. I am team manuscript. If you've read this book, I am team manuscript. I don't trust the husband. But this is a thriller. So this follows our main character, Lowen. She is hired to finish a series that this author Verity started because she had a health crisis and hooked up to tubes and things in her house and can't finish the series anymore. So she's hired to finish it. While she is there finishing the series, she finds this manuscript that gives her some really troubling information about her family and what is going on behind closed doors. And it's basically up to you to decide who you do and do not believe by the end of the book. Atlas. Go play with your brother. If you have not read this book, I definitely suggest it, especially for spooky fall. So the next is a book that I just recently read. My previous video is a reading vlog of it if you want to check that out. They are now attacking a paper bag. You guys are not great for sound. That is The Night Circus. This just gives me fall vibes. Fall vibes to me, when I think of fall, I think of kids going back to school. So dark academia things. I think of stuff like Halloween, so I'm thinking magic and mystery and all that, and that's what this book is. It has a dark academia vibe, even though it's not school at all. It's dark magic, and it's very what's going on. This, for me, was a 3.5-star book. I understand why people liked it the way they did, but for me, it was almost just a little too confusing at times, but it definitely still gives me fall vibes, and I'd still recommend it if you have not read it. Basically, there's this magic circus. I'm sorry about them. I can't make them be quiet. They are going at it. There is this magic circus that only shows up randomly, and it's open at night, run by people that actually have magic, and they're kind of disguising it as tricks for the public eye so they don't get caught. There's a little bit of romance in it. Check it out if you have not. And check out my reading vlog if you want to see my reaction to it. So then after that is a book that I don't really know if I've talked about before on this channel, is Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. This is a 3-book series and then a little spin-off novella that doesn't have ties to the main plot. This is a YA dark academia thriller series. So if you want to get into thrillers and murder mysteries, this is a really good place to start. It's YA, so it's not gruesome or hard to follow. I think I read the first book and then didn't read the rest of the series for 2 months, but I was still able to jump right back into it. It wasn't something where I was confused about what was happening. It's a very good place to start if you want to get into the genre. But this follows Stevie. She gets admission to this private school for gifted children, and she has this dream of being a reporter. And this private school has this dark family history of founder's wife and daughter going missing, and is the daughter alive? Were they both murdered? Who did it? What's happening? And Stevie wants to solve this murder. So it's a 3-book series of her in this school and all the unfortunate events that follow and such. It's a very, very good series. I highly, highly suggest it if you have not read it and you want to get into the genre. So then next up, I have Bunny by Mona Awad. I really don't know how to explain this book to you. This is one of the weirdest books I have ever read. I read this book and like put it down and was like, what the actual heckin' heck did I just read? Follows our main character, Samantha Sam, this group of girls at her college that call themselves the Bunnies, and they call each other Bunny, like Babe, but Bunny. And she basically gets invited to like join their clique. She starts hanging out with them and like becoming friends with them. All this really weird stuff starts happening. And that's the best I can explain this book. It's wild, it's out there. Definitely a little bit more gruesome. There's like definitely some descriptive scenes, very trippy, but I do recommend it. It was like a 3-star again for the fact that like I was kind of confused here and there. But if you want a book where at the end you're like, this is it. You can't get any more whoa than this book. So then jumping back into like more of a YA, I have YA romance. That is The Ex-Hex by Erin Sterling. This came out last year. I read it when it first came out. It is only about 300 pages. It's very small. Is it the most amazing world-building, character-developed book in the world? No, because it's small and it's a standalone. But it is very cute for the Halloween season. Basically, our main character and her best friend, they put in a hex on her ex-boyfriend, and they meet years later. Because there's like a curse on the town, and she basically has to work with her ex to fix the town, and there's romance and magic, and it's like Halloween Town, like the cuteness of that, and like the story town with a little bit of romance and just fun Halloween vibe. So if you want more of a specific Halloween themed book, you can read really quickly for the season, super short, romancy. Definitely check out The Ex-Hex if you have not. So then staying more in the YA realm, but on a fantasy note, I have Kingdom of the Wicked. The 3rd book for this series just came out, so it's a good time to start reading the series if you haven't, because you can get right up to the 3rd book. It's a new release. I haven't even read it yet. It's on my TBR. I definitely will. I ordered it. Hasn't even come in yet. Witches and demons and magic and mystery, so it definitely fits in with the fall vibe. So this follows our main character, Amelia. She has a twin sister who dies, and she wants to find out what happened to her sister, who's responsible for her death, where she accidentally summons a demon and accidentally attaches herself to this demon. There is romance, magic, mystery, fun. I adore this series so much. It's one of my absolute favorites. Again, I'm very excited for my 3rd book to come in so I can read it, but I highly suggest this series if you want some fantasy. I definitely suggest this if you're somebody that enjoys like a Cruel Prince or a Red Queen or an ACOTAR. I definitely think you'll enjoy this series. So then finally, my last recommendation is actually a book that I'm still reading. I'm like halfway through, but definitely fits the genre. That is the Southerners Book Club. I can never say this right on the first try. The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. Halloween fall vibes, you can tell right from the title. Our main character, Patricia, she is in this book club with some of her friends. She has a husband that works a lot and 2 teenage kids, doesn't really have any friends, so her book club is kind of her thing that she does for herself. But then suddenly a bunch of people start going missing. They are like a book club that reads like murder mysteries and true crime and thrillers, so they have that like mindset of like a whodunit, and once kids goes missing, they discover their town is full of vampires. And yeah, it's their guide to killing them. It's very fun. This is, if you go and buy it like in a store or online, actually, it is labeled as horror, so it definitely has some more like gruesomely described things. So if you're not necessarily like a horror gruesome person, this might not be your vibe, but overall it's a good story. I'm really enjoying it, and we'll probably finish it within the next couple days. So yeah, these are my these are my Halloween fall vibe recommendations. Hopefully there's some new ones for you guys to read for this spooky fall season we got going on. If you guys have any of your own recommendations for like a spooky fall genre, feel free to leave them in the comments. If you want to follow me anywhere on my social medias, they will all be linked down in the description, as well as on my home screen channel banner. Down below is also my Amazon wish list. If you want to send me any books that are on there, I would greatly appreciate it, and I'll do some unboxings for you. Down below is also my PangoBooks if you want to buy mine or other people's used books. It's a great place to find books like these for a cheaper price. But yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with me. I love and appreciate you so much. Have a happy Halloween season if you celebrate and partake in that. If not, just have a safe weekend. Be great, be awesome. I love you, I adore you. But yeah, thank you for hanging out with me. I love and appreciate you so much. Please stay safe, and I will see you guys somewhere else on the internet. Bye.